Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tuesday, November 16th, here in the Cuyahoga County Administrative Headquarters, CL and Conley Council Chambers, for the Cuyahoga County Public Safety and Justice Affairs Committee meeting. Roll call, please.
Calling the roll, Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Ms. Conwell. Present. Mr. Tuma.
Here.
Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is absent at the moment. Ms. Simon. Ms. Simon is absent. There is a quorum.
And are we recording?
Yes, my apologies, Mr. Chair. For all who are listening and watching, this meeting is being live streamed on the county's YouTube page.
Thank you. Public comment?
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
In your packets, we have the minutes of October 19th. If they're in order, I'll accept the motion in a second.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Motion and a second. In discussion? All in favor? Aye. Against? Thank you. Resolution 2021-0247.
Resolution number 2021-0247, authorizing an amendment to contract number 1631 with Applewood Centers for multisystemic therapy problem, sexual behavior services for adjudicated youth for the period 7/1/2016 through 6/30/2021, to extend the time period to 6/30/2022, and for additional funds, the amount not to exceed $600,000.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Friends from Juvenile, once again, welcome.
Good afternoon. Sarah Baker with Juvenile Court. We are currently asking for an amendment to our contract with Applewood Centers, who provides MST as well as MST-PSB treatment to our felony level adjudicated youth. This is funded through our Targeted Reclaim grant, which only funds our programs that are that deal with felony level adjudicated youth. And I also have with me Bridget Gibbons, who's our Director of Programming, to kind of give you the specific details as to what this program entails.
Thank you. Bridget?
Good afternoon. So MST is an evidence-based treatment approach where therapists hold very small caseload sizes. This allows the therapist to be available to families 24/7. They're in the home at a minimum of 2 to 3 times a week, often working late nights, evenings, weekends. The youth that we refer to these programs usually have some of the most complex behavioral health issues and very serious delinquency offenses. So we can send youth all the way up to felony ones into MST. The therapists get weekly consultation, supervision. Every case is discussed. It is nationally recognized as sort of the Cadillac of in-home therapies for the population in juvenile justice. We have seen very positive outcomes from the program. National findings are somewhere around 87% of youth that go through MST complete with no new arrest. We're seeing those same outcomes for Cuyahoga County when it comes to Applewood's MST. The MST-PSB is sort of a specialized evidence-based juvenile sex offender treatment, and it is a little bit longer than our standard MST. So for PSB teams, they safety plan, they make sure victims in the home are safe. They work closer to 6 to 8 months with the family versus your standard MST, which is about 120 days. Our goal is that 75% of youth will not be committed to the Ohio Department of Youth Services or any community correctional facility within 12 months. Our program exceeded that by having 91% of the youth completing, not being committed to the Ohio Department of Youth Services or a CCF. This program is very cost effective for the court because traditionally, if we didn't have MST, these youth would go to residential or the Ohio Department of Youth Services. Therapists, like I said, are in the home, they're in the community. They also address school-based issues. They work to link kids into pro-social activities. They basically become very close to the families while working with them and picking up their phone 24/7 to help walk families through the interventions. Trying to think of what else we have. Length of stay is about 120 days for standard, a little bit longer for MST, PSB. And again, our goal with this is that kids will be engaged in school or some type of vocational setting. They will be living with a family member and have no new offenses during treatment. And we found our outcomes to be very successful. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Thank you. Sounds promising. Notice President Jones and Mr. Miller are with us today. Questions for our guests? Light day for you. Looking at the dates, I assume you want to move this along.
Yes, please.
Okay, if the committee finds this in order, I'll accept the motion for Resolution 2021-0247 to the full council
I'll make that
under
motion.
suspension
Oops,
of the
sorry.
law. Suspension of the law.
I'm sorry.
Suspension of the rules.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Thank you.
You well, take care.
2021-0252.
Resolution number 2021-0252, authorizing an amendment to revenue generating agreement with City of Cleveland to lease space in the City of Cleveland Police Department headquarters, located at 1300 Ontario Street, Cleveland.
Good afternoon, Chairman Gallagher, members of the Public Safety Committee. My name is John Myers. I'm here on behalf of the Department of Public Works and would like to review this, that we're seeking authority from the County Council for the ability to enter into a third amendment with the City of Cleveland for the police headquarters building, which is located, as you know, at the Justice Center. We've been leasing this space out since the county purchased that particular tower, and the base lease was in 2018, and then in year increments. So this is the third option that was existing in the base lease. Each year, we've increased the rent $2 per square foot. There's 131,000 square feet. So the rent that we, over the next year, would be roughly $2.1 million, plus $171,000 for lease of 136 parking spaces. This is, as I said, the last option that was contemplated under the base lease, and we'd like to seek your approval.
Thank you. Can we get a little background on this for the committee? How much we paid, how much we've received, and anticipated time when Cleveland will be in their headquarters.
Mr. Chairman, Matt Reimer with the Department of Public Works Facilities Division. So we purchased the property. The purchase and sale agreement was entered into in 2017. We closed on October 2nd of 2018, and that was at a cost of $9.25 million. We have received to date, inclusive of this option year that this legislation would capture, would be $7.668 million in both parking and rent revenue over the course of this four-year duration of the lease.
And we're anticipating, are they looking at 2 more years before they're ready to go? So we'll be looking at probably another renewal for a shorter period of time, probably.
We would anticipate that, Mr. Chairman. I'm not sure about the duration, but we're not, John, do you know of anything? We're not aware of anything.
I
on
won't
there.
hold you to
Yeah,
that. I'm just-
Obviously, as you're aware, there's a transition going
Sure.
on in City Hall. So the new leadership will speak to more specifically to plans and follow through. But law
Right.
would dictate that it's going to be at least 2 more years before they have a new facility ready.
Sure. Okay. Questions from the committee? This is an easy day for everybody. This is probably one of our better deals we've ever done in the county. Okay, if everything's in order, I'll accept a motion for 2021-0252 to the full council under, and you do need this under suspension of the rules.
We would request that. We appreciate your consideration.
Thank you.
I'll make that motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Against? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Miscellaneous business?
Mr. Chair, the first item, was that 3 readings?
No, that's,
Suspension.
we moved that along. When you look at the dates, they're behind, we're a couple months behind there, so we moved that along on second reading.
Thank you.
Anything further under miscellaneous? We're adjourned.